Good morning, you guys. Of course, when I started the vlog camera, Ziggy came over ready to talk. Come on, you want to say hi? Okay, you don't want to say hi? Well, he's here with me on the vlog as well. And today, I think we're just gonna do a day in the life plus training and maybe just like some other little health and wellness things throughout the vlog instead of doing a week vlog. I thought it'd be fun to just take you for a day. So I want to get into meals I'm eating in the second trimester, workouts I'm doing, maybe answer some questions that I've seen on DMs about workouts and meals and everything in pregnancy, because I know it's a huge shift and it's been so fun to see so many other first-time moms literally on the same timeline as me, especially those of you that have reached out and have been like, I had a loss at the same time you had a loss in February, and then we got pregnant at the same time. It literally just feels like a bunch of besties all over the country, all over the world, honestly, going through this together. And I want to lean into that for this vlog. So right now we are about to go for a walk. I've been loving just getting outside first thing in the morning. I feel like that always kickstarts my day, and it's really easy in pregnancy to just kind of let yourself fall into like the laziness of the day because you have an excuse, you're pregnant. And of course, take the rest you need. You're growing a baby and you deserve rest when you need it. But I know for me right now in the second trimester that I have my energy back. I want to continue to move my body and be active and live a lifestyle I pretty much did before pregnancy, because I know that's really healthy for the baby and for me and for postpartum and everything. So when I get up and go walk first thing in the morning, it really just kickstarts my day and kind of sets in my brain like, oh, this is the type of day we're having. So try to force myself to do that pretty much every morning. And as soon as I get out there in the sunshine and walking and everything, I'm so glad I did, because everything else just follows naturally. So we're gonna gear up Ziggy and his little booties and his harness, and we're gonna get going. I already had my coffee this morning, you saw, and then I've just been drinking water. I have a lot of water cups around, honestly, because I just try to hydrate so much, but this has my perfect aminos and my colostrum, maybe a few other things in there, but you already saw that. And I chug that throughout the morning, but then I always have like 2 random cups in different rooms of just plain water too that I try to sip whenever I see it. Enough blabbing, let's get into this walk and then we'll get breakfast started, which is the best part of the day. Look at these things. You wanna come get your booties on? Oh yeah! Yeah. He gets so excited to put his booties on, but he's like still kind of scared of them, even though he's been using them for a year. So getting him to actually give me his paw is pretty hard. You're butchering like, good boy, let's go. On our way out, we're gonna grab one of these Paleo Valley beef sticks. I think I've talked about these way too much, but they're just the best. These are my favorite beef sticks. They're fermented, so they have natural probiotics, and they're so yummy. So we're gonna take this on the go as like a little walk pre-workout snack, and there's our first thing we're eating. Okay, we are back from our walk. That was really great. I listened to a little podcast. I love the podcast, Healthy as a Mother. It's like all things pregnancy, fertility, and they're very natural doctors. So we listened to that, got some steps in sunshine, and we're gonna make some oatmeal for breakfast. I've switched up my recipe a little bit, so if you followed other recipes of my oatmeal, this will be a little bit different. I've been doing a third a cup of rolled oats. Do that. And then this is where I've changed it up a little bit. Lucas started buying this like brown rice cereal, and I was very intrigued, and I tried it one day. It was so good. It just gives it's almost like a grit consistency. So when mixed with oats, it just makes it a lot more creamy. So the scoop that came in here, I think is a third cup. And I usually do like a little over half of the scoop. Like that makes it the perfect consistency. And then I do half of a banana. If it's kind of brown speckled, that is a lot better because it makes it sweeter. So I'll just plop that right on there. And then I'm just gonna eyeball it, but I would say maybe like a third or a half cup of water I put on top of this, and then microwave it up. I know we have some microwave haters, but I use it when I need the convenience. I would love to make my oatmeal from scratch on the pot of the stove every single day, but we don't have time today, so that's what we're working with now. So this is what our consistency is looking like, and now's the fun part. You just gotta top it with everything you love. I'll show you what I put on this. I'm gonna start with some fresh fruit. So today we're doing raspberries. Wow, those look so good. And blueberries. And I always have to have a little crunch, so I'm doing some pumpkin seeds. And then to make it a more filling meal that will like keep me full longer and not get hungry right away, I always add a nice big serving of any type of nut butter. Today I'm doing almond butter, and then we'll do a little cinnamon. And that is my breakfast. I will calculate the macros of this and put it on the screen because I am gonna track today just to see where I'm at. I don't track regularly, but I'm interested in, especially in pregnancy, I wanna make sure I'm getting enough of everything. So there's breakfast. All right, we finished breakfast and now it's time to get some work done for the day on my computer. So we'll be here for a few hours until I get hungry for a snack or lunch. But I wanted to share something really cool that I just finished doing on my computer. So about 5 months ago, I finally got a Function Health membership. If you listen to a lot of health and wellness podcasts, you probably heard about Function already, but if you haven't, Function Health is this really awesome platform backed by one of my favorite doctors, Dr. Mark Hyman. That's how I first heard about it because I listened to his podcast. And you guys know I'm such a health nerd. So I was really interested in it because it gives you access to so much information about your body that you don't typically get access to by just going to the doctor to do like checkups. So with Function, you can test over 100 biomarkers from your heart health to your hormones, your thyroid, testing for heavy metals and toxins, inflammation, stress, cortisol, and it's all tracked in one place through blood tests. So when I was going through the miscarriage, I got super duper duper interested into all things holistic health. And when I got this membership, I was so excited to do it before I got pregnant again and see like if there was anything going on in my body. And then I ended up getting pregnant, which is such a blessing. And everything gets a little bit skewed with your blood test when you are pregnant because your hormones are going crazy. So I'm not actually able to do it. So I decided to give that membership to Lucas for the time being. And then as soon as I have that baby, I'm going to be following through and doing it myself. We're about to start the process for Lucas right now. And I just set up his whole profile. He's on a work trip right now. So I literally set it up, booked his appointments, and I'm going to surprise him with everything when he gets home. He's been dying to do this test as well, so I'm so excited for him. He's gonna do 2 rounds of blood work, and then he gets all the insights back on the platform to look through himself. The lab visits are so fast, so convenient. So if you are someone who's really interested in your health and going at it in a functional way and just gaining a better perspective on what's going on in your body, whether you have obvious symptoms or not, it's actually a really affordable choice for health insights and learning and taking control of what's going on with your body. But yeah, if this sounds like something that interests you, or if you're wanting to gift a family member or a friend this, I have a link that I'll add in the description that Function has given me a $100 credit to give you. So definitely check that out. I will also put my code up on the screen. Now that we've done that, we're gonna get into 2 meetings and a little bit of editing, and I'll see you the next time we eat. A few hours of work is done. I definitely got hungry, but I just wanted to power through on that and get everything done with, and then just make a good, nice lunch. So when I'm in a rush and I don't feel like cooking a full meal from scratch, it's so nice to have stuff that's kind of like prepped that I can pull from and just throw something together randomly. So let me show you what I have. This is what we're doing today. This is like keeping it so real because you can tell I didn't plan out a recipe for today. This is just real life. So we have some rice in here. We have some buffalo chicken, half of an avocado, and then a lot of random like fruits and veggies, and then Parmesan and Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna show you, this looks like just a bunch of random crap that you could never put something together with, but I'll show you what we come up with. All right, there is what we came up with. A massive like cheese board charcuterie situation. For lunch, it's just gonna be like a snacky plate because I'm still gonna be sitting and getting some work done. I just wanna be able to have something quick and easy, but still high in protein and lots of nutrients. So I'll walk you through it. We've got a serving of my buffalo chicken dip, which I posted on TikTok and Reels, the recipe to this. I will link it, but it's so easy. It's just shredded chicken, Greek yogurt, and Primal Kitchen's buffalo sauce. So yummy. And then I did some cucumbers and carrots to dip that in. And then we did some Parmesan, one of the highest protein cheeses. And I've been loving Parmesan on crackers. So some little crackers, half of an avocado, and a kiwi. So that is that. I have no idea how long this will tide me over, but it honestly looks like a lot of volume. So I feel like we're gonna be pretty set for lunch. And then if I get hungry before dinner, we'll just have a second little lunch or a snack. But let's eat this for now. That looks so good. This is hilarious. I just went in for my last cookie that I had left over, and Lucas dove into it before he left for the work trip this morning, and I have this note written for me. I'm covering up because he wrote our baby girl's name, but he said, I left you the last bite, love you, tell blank, love her too. And then he left me this cookie. So that's my little snack. But these are so good. I filmed a recipe for these too. I should be posting it soon, but I'll put it on the screen for you guys in case you want to try. They like little breakfast cookies. Okay, wow, it just got really dark in here. I hope you can see me well, but we are getting ready to work out, and I wanted to first just talk about kind of like a couple things that are changing, because pretty much my workouts have stayed for the majority the same. There's maybe a few modifications I've been making, but I mean, I'm not super big yet and there isn't much belly in the way of everything. But the things that are changing is I'm actually being way more intentional about warm-ups and stretching and all that stuff. Relaxin is a hormone that is running rampant in your body that makes your body a lot more flexible and your joints looser, I guess. So it's easier to get hurt if you're not warming up and making sure not to like completely overstretch, or in exercises go way beyond the regular range of movement, then it's easier to get hurt or injured in workouts. So that's something to keep in mind. And then for warm-ups, I like to do like light movements like this before, so not static stretching. That's when you're gonna like hold a lunge for a long amount of time. I usually do that after, but depending on what I'm doing that day, I just like to do light, easy movements like this that just kind of wake my body up, get the blood flowing in the area, and tell the joints like, hey, we're about to be working these. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's always different depending on like what I'm working. And then for the exercises, you'll see what we actually get into. For the most part, I'm paying attention to core, so I'm not doing crunches, planks, or anything that could cause coning in my core right now. And then I have dropped cardio a little bit, so I just do light walks now instead of trying to run or jog. Not saunaing, but movements, I pretty much feel comfortable doing everything except for hip thrusts. I don't love how it feels on my tummy, so I'm usually going a lot lighter in weight if I'm doing the barbell or I'm doing heavier dumbbells. But other than that, you'll see, and then I'll kind of speak to it after if anything else comes up. But let's get into this workout. Up a beautiful display of all my current supplement favorites. These are supplements that I've been taking throughout pregnancy. In the first trimester, I did not take a lot. I just kind of could not swallow anything like a pill, or really even powder grossed me out because I was so nauseous. But second trimester, I'm pretty much taking all of these, not every single one every single day, but sporadically. So let's go through them. I also want to put a quick disclaimer. Obviously, talk to your doctor, do your own research, because everybody is a little bit different, and especially with supplements. I have taken my own blood tests, and I know like maybe something I'm deficient in or something that I want to work on in my health, stuff like that. So with supplements, I always like to say, if you have something you're really concerned about, please don't just trust me or any random person on social media talking about it. If you have like a specific need that you want to fix in your body or in your health, talk to a doctor. You can get blood work done to figure out exactly what's going on in your body. But for the most part, these are all things that I feel safe and comfy taking and have really loved taking, and I feel like they've benefited me. So we'll start with protein. This is one of the top favorite pregnancy proteins I've been trying recently. This is from Ritual. It has 20 grams of plant-based protein, and it also has 250 milligrams of essential choline, which is great for neural tube development and creating a healthy baby essentially. And this is the vanilla flavor, so yummy. I also wanted to note these are two that I love. There's so many good proteins out here nowadays, but I love Promix. This is their cinnamon swirl, and Ballerina Farms. Both of those have great ingredients. Then we have collagen. This is from Ancient Nutrition. And collagen, I put this into my coffee in the morning. You wanna make sure that your coffee isn't boiling hot because it can break it down more, but I'll put it in like my lukewarm coffee, and you can also mix it into smoothies. You can mix it into straight water. It's unflavored, doesn't taste like anything. It's great for hair, skin, and nails. It's great for digestion. It's just a power supplement that I definitely have every single day. This Perfect Aminos, this is essential amino acid, which are the building block of proteins, so helping you to build lean muscle and preserve lean muscle. I like to have this very first thing on my stomach in the morning, especially if you're doing a fasted workout. Next, let's go into some Ritual goodies. My prenatal is from Ritual, so I take 2 of these every single night. I don't like to take them in the morning because pills kind of give me, especially in pregnancy, like a little bit of heartburn. So at night, 2 of those. Then I also have a DHA EPA supplement and a choline supplement, which are both great for development of the baby, brain health, neural tube health, all of that. So if I have a week where I'm not eating a ton of seafood, definitely supplementing with that, and choline as well. Electrolytes. Electrolytes are so important. I usually have 1 to 2 servings a day, always 1 serving, but if I'm doing a sweaty workout, I'll have 2. I love the Paleo Valley. These are clean and so good. This is also a brand that I get off Amazon. Relate, Parallel, and this is actually pregnancy and breastfeeding safe. So we love them. Anything by Parallel is probably pregnancy safe because I think they're like a pregnancy brand only, and they have a lot of good options on there. And then these little packets are all good to call out. I have 2 flavors from Promix that I love. The white peach is definitely my favorite. And then this one, electrolytes and magnesium. That is a great one for like afternoon because magnesium helps you to calm down. Seed Symbiotic. This is a pre and probiotic combined. And this is great for gut health, digestion, having a healthy microbiome, which really affects everything in your body. So I have this every single morning, 2 tabs. This is the only one that I do have right in the morning because it also really helps to get like your digestion going and everything flowing throughout the day. Magnesium at night. Magnesium is so important. A lot of us are deficient in it. It helps with so many things from muscle recovery to stress to sleep. It is just a supplement that I feel like everybody could incorporate into their diet and benefit from it. So I have that at night. This one's pretty controversial, so take it with a grain of salt. Beef organs. Organs have so many incredible nutrients, and it's one of the most like natural forms you can get these nutrients from. And this is from Paleo Valley. In this one, we have beef liver, heart, and kidney. There is some research in some doctors that say don't mess with stuff like this during pregnancy, but I tend to have a much more holistic and crunchy approach to it. And so the doctors that I trust with all things fertility and pregnancy actually do recommend this. So preference, do your own research on it, but we love those. I don't take these every day, but maybe like a couple times a week. Then I have my little liposomal stuff. This is from Symbiotica. I do a vitamin C, 1000 milligrams. I do a magnesium L-threonate, and then I love their liquid colostrum. This is so good, drizzled on like baked goods too. It's like a vanilla flavor, so yummy. Armor colostrum. This is also one that I have in the morning, every single morning in my cup of water. You can't taste it at all, it froths up really well. This is so good for immunity and for gut health. And lastly, we have a magnesium oil. I spray this on my feet, the bottom of my feet, and on my back before bed, and it helps to wind down. Your body also absorbs this magnesium, so it's not just like the smell and the scent and everything that's winding you down, it's literally getting absorbed into your body. So we love magnesium. If you're looking for a good resource that talks about some of these supplements and a lot of just like other ways to support your body in a natural way during pregnancy, this is the book I've been reading, and it is so incredible. I cannot recommend it enough. I will link as much as I can here and this book as well, because this book is truly changing my life. And if there's any other moms out there that are just like, I don't know who to watch, I don't know where to start with nutrition, I just want to like know how to support my body, my baby the best. I felt like that too, and I've been so torn on like who to listen to, and I really, really trust this lady, so can't recommend enough. Anyways, we're gonna put all this away, start prepping some dinner. Okay. Time to make steak. I was deciding between salmon or steak, and usually if Lucas was home, I would never cook steak because actually I've never cooked steak in my life by myself. He always cooks it for me, but I've been loving steak, and it's so weird. Steak was one of those foods that I never craved, never wanted, didn't even really like steak before pregnancy. And I swear, as soon as I got pregnant, well, I would say definitely not first trimester, but after the first trimester, I randomly was like, can I try your steak, when Lucas was having it one day, and loved it, and then started ordering it for myself, and now I get him to make it at home for me a lot, but he's not here, so we're gonna make it ourselves, or we're gonna attempt to. I've been de-thawing the steak that we get from Butcher Box, and it's ready to go, so I think we're gonna pair it with maybe some sweet potato fries or a veg. I'm gonna see what we have in the freezer, and we'll whip it up. Also, yes, I'm back in my PJs, and it's 5:45 right now. That's the type of day we're having, but I love it. There is my dinner. This looks like a massive portion, but my plates are just really big and it's spread out, okay? So the salad, we did like a balsamic vinaigrette, homemade with balsamic and apple cider vinegar and some olive oil and sea salt and pepper. Pepitas, lots of veggies you saw just thrown together with some lettuce. And then the sweet potato fries, the sauteed veggies, and some steak. Such a good source of iron and obviously protein, and then tons of micronutrients, a little bit of carbs, and then we cooked in butter and then olive oil here for our healthy fats. So this is such a good balanced meal. So much color going on. That is what we love to see, and I'm so excited to sit down and eat this. We are coming to the end of our day together, you guys. I am usually a big dessert girl, but I'm so full from that dinner. That steak was so filling. So I think we're just gonna have a couple squares of chocolate tonight. I like have to end with a sweet treat, even if I'm full, but usually it would be more of a, I like to do a Greek yogurt bowl. I'll do Greek yogurt, frozen berries, almond butter, and a little drizzle of honey. And it's like a big, oh, and protein powder. And it's like a big sludge bowl situation is what Lucas calls it. Or I'll do ice cream, maybe some homemade cookies. I love my dessert, but tonight it's chocolate. And we're gonna sit here with Ziggy J and miss our dad, right? We're gonna miss our dad, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this day in the life of eating and training. This is just one day. It could look totally different tomorrow, and I want you to keep that in mind. When you see these, this is not like a strict guide to follow or anything like that. I have days where I have zero motivation to cook, and then I have days where I'm excited to cook. So it fluctuates, and especially in pregnancy, if you're watching and maybe you're like comparing your meals, or I don't know, just thinking that you're not like doing enough, like yes, be inspired to be the healthiest version of you, but also know that balance is so important, and listening to your body is so important, and what your body needs might be different than my body. So I just like to say all that stuff because these days can be taken out of context sometimes by the viewers, and they're really just meant to be a fun video that is showing some inspo for meals and workouts and all of that. So I hope that's what you guys take from it. Let me know in the comments if you like these types of videos, or if you just would prefer, you know, the weekly vlogs, because these are fun for me. I love sharing recipes and workouts, but I want to make sure you also enjoy watching them. But thank you for being here. I'm also gonna do a little PR giveaway because we haven't done one in a minute. So I'll pop a picture on the screen of some of the goodies that will be in the upcoming giveaway. To enter, be subscribed, be following on Instagram, and comment your favorite meal that you've made the past week. Any type of meal, doesn't matter, I just want to hear it. And then I will pick a winner. Make sure you also comment your Instagram @ situation so I can DM you to ask you for your address without you having to publicly post it on YouTube comments. So comment that if you want to be entered, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.